Have you ever felt unseen in a world that celebrates noise? The invisible ones are not weak or lost. They are the quiet observers, the deep thinkers, the people who do not need to shout to be heard. Their silence is not emptiness, it is power. They live outside the spotlight, but within them is a light stronger than any stage. Being invisible is not about hiding, it is about knowing that true influence does not always come from being noticed. Many of history's greatest minds, healers, and creators were invisible in their own time. Their strength was not in being recognized, but in tuning into something beyond the ordinary. That is what makes the invisible ones unique. On September 16th, this idea becomes even more important. The invisible ones are the ones who feel the subtle shifts happening. They sense what others ignore. They know that behind every visible reality there is an invisible energy shaping it. This message is for those who already feel that quiet nudge inside. If you are listening now, it may be because you are one of them. You are part of the group that does not chase attention, but attracts energy. You are guided by something unseen. That is why this message has found you, not by chance, but by resonance. Why is September 16th not just another day? Some dates carry a weight that cannot be explained by calendars alone. September 16th is one of those days. Energy is shifting, and only those who are tuned into the invisible field will notice it. While the world continues with routine, the invisible ones will feel a quiet pulse. This date aligns with hidden cycles of transformation. In numerology, it holds a vibration of alignment and transition. It is a day when the unseen patterns of the universe move closer to the surface. Those who are sensitive may feel a sudden clarity, unusual dreams, or a wave of inner restlessness. These are not random, they are signals of change. The mystery of this day is not about external events, it is about what happens within you. The invisible ones are not waiting for big headlines or shocking news. They are listening to the whispers of their own consciousness. That is where the real power of September 16th lies. If you pay attention, you may notice your intuition speaking louder today. A thought may repeat itself. A sign may show up twice. A feeling may not leave you. This is the universe confirming that the shift is real. The invisible ones will see it. The rest will simply pass it by. In a world filled with noise, silence feels invisible. Yet, silence is where the strongest energy lives. The invisible ones know that stepping into silence is not weakness, it is a doorway. In silence, the mind slows down. The body heals, ideas rise from a deeper place. This is why silence is their superpower. Think about it. Most people fear silence. They need constant noise, constant scrolling, constant distraction. But the invisible ones are different. They lean into silence because they know something powerful waits there. The quiet space becomes a tool for transformation, a bridge between thought and reality. Science supports this too. Studies show that silence can change brain chemistry. It reduces stress hormones. It enhances creativity. It strengthens focus. Ancient traditions always valued silence, and now modern research proves what they already knew. Silence is not empty. It is full of energy. On September 16th, silence becomes even more important. The energies of this day are subtle. They cannot be felt in chaos. They can only be sensed in quiet. That is why the invisible ones, who already value silence, will notice the shift more deeply. In stillness, the unseen world opens up. Beyond the visible world lies the field of infinite possibility. This is the quantum field, the space where thought, energy, and intention shape reality before it takes form. The invisible ones understand this field because they live in alignment with it. They know that what cannot be seen creates what can be seen. Every thought is a vibration. Every feeling sends out a signal. These invisible signals interact with the quantum field, attracting experiences that match their frequency. The invisible ones use this knowledge sometimes without even realizing it. They step into possibility by focusing on intention rather than limitation. On September 16th, this field feels closer than usual. The energy of this date creates a thinning of the veil. The invisible ones may notice manifestations speeding up, synchronicities multiplying, and desires aligning with reality. It is not magic, it is resonance with the unseen field of creation. When you realize you are connected to this field, you stop feeling powerless. You stop waiting for external permission. You understand that you are a co-creator of your reality. The invisible ones already know this truth. That is why September 16th holds such deep meaning for them. The universe is always speaking, but not in the way most people expect. Its signals are quiet, subtle, and easy to miss. The invisible ones pay attention to these signs because they live in awareness. They notice the repeating numbers, the strange coincidences, the sudden encounters that feel too perfect to be chance. These signals are proof that the unseen world is always interacting with the seen world. A sudden thought may guide you to take a new path. A chance meeting may open a hidden door. A dream may reveal a message your conscious mind missed. These are not accidents. They are invisible signals designed to guide you. On September 16th, these signals become louder. The invisible ones will see more synchronicities, more repeated signs, and more alignment. To the untrained eye, it will look like luck. But to those who understand, it is the universe confirming their path. If you notice unusual patterns today, do not dismiss them. Write them down. Reflect on them. The invisible ones are marked not by their loudness, but by their ability to see what others ignore. September 16th is a day to sharpen that awareness. There is also a science behind invisibility. Not physical invisibility, but energetic. When the brain enters deeper states of calm, its waves slow down. These slower waves create coherence. In this state, a person becomes less reactive, more centered, and harder to disturb. In a noisy world, this looks like invisibility. Researchers have found that meditation, silence, and focused awareness shift brain waves into theta and gamma ranges. These states are linked to creativity, healing, and insight. They are invisible processes shaping visible outcomes. The invisible ones live more often in these states, which is why they feel different from others. September 16th amplifies this state of being. The energy encourages stillness and depth. Those who are invisible find themselves entering these brain states more naturally, receiving insights that others cannot access. It is a kind of hidden intelligence that comes from beyond the ordinary mind. The science and the mystery are not separate. They are two sides of the same truth. The invisible ones are simply more tuned into it. On this day, their invisibility is not a weakness but a strength, allowing them to access levels of awareness that remain hidden to others. Everything in the universe vibrates, from the smallest atom to the largest star. All matter is frequency. The invisible ones understand this. They feel shifts that others dismiss. September 16th carries one of these shifts. It is a day when vibrations realign and subtle energies rise to the surface. You may feel it as restlessness, or as a sudden burst of calm. You may notice that music, voices, or even silence sound different. These are signs of a frequency shift. They are not random. They are indicators that the collective field is adjusting. The invisible ones are more sensitive to these shifts. They know how to read them. Instead of being thrown off balance, they align with the new vibration. This is why September 16th feels like a hidden portal. It is not the date itself, but the frequency it carries. If you stay open and aware, you can ride this wave of energy. It may inspire you to start something new, release something old, or simply trust your intuition more deeply. The invisible ones do not resist frequency shifts. They flow with them. That is their secret power. Invisibility often comes with detachment. The invisible ones do not cling to every opinion, every judgment, or every passing trend. They know that attachment traps energy, while detachment frees it. This is their gift. They can walk away from noise without fear of missing out. On September 16th, detachment becomes more valuable than ever. The world will try to pull attention in many directions. The invisible ones, however, remain centered. They know that chasing every distraction weakens their energy. By staying detached, they keep their focus on what truly matters. Detachment does not mean disconnection. It means freedom. It means being able to choose where your energy flows instead of letting it be stolen by distractions. The invisible ones are free because they are not addicted to being seen. They are anchored in something deeper. This day reminds us all of the power of letting go. By releasing attachments, you create space for something new to enter. The invisible ones embody this truth. That is why they feel guided on September 16th while others feel lost. Invisibility is not isolation. In fact, the invisible ones often feel more connected than anyone else. Their connections are not shallow or surface level, they are deep energetic, and soul-driven. They may not have many people around them, but the ones they do connect with are meaningful. The unseen realm is about connection beyond words. Two invisible ones may meet and instantly feel understood, even without speaking much. Their energy recognizes each other. That is how connection works when it goes beyond appearances. On September 16th, these connections may become stronger. People you have not spoken to in years may reach out. A chance meeting may turn into a bond. You may even feel more connected to yourself. This is the hidden gift of being invisible. You attract connection that is real. Remember, being unseen by the crowd does not mean being alone. It means you are free to form connections that resonate with your soul. The invisible ones value depth over numbers. That is why their connections last. Throughout history, wisdom about the unseen has been preserved, but often hidden. Ancient texts spoke of invisible energies, unseen dimensions, and hidden forces shaping reality. Much of this knowledge was forgotten or ignored by the modern world, but the invisible ones feel drawn to it. September 16th awakens this forgotten knowledge. You may find yourself pulled toward old books, ancient stories, or teachings that speak of the unseen. It is no accident. The invisible ones are the keepers of wisdom that others overlook. This forgotten knowledge is not just information. It is guidance. It explains why silence matters, why intention shapes reality, why unseen forces guide our path. The invisible ones do not treat it as theory. They live it. That is why their lives feel different. As the world rushes forward, this knowledge resurfaces. The invisible ones will recognize it, while others will dismiss it. September 16th serves as a reminder that the hidden truths of the past still shape the present. The question is, will you see it? The void is often feared. People think of it as emptiness or nothingness. But the invisible ones know better. The void is not empty. It is full of possibility. It is the space where creation begins. Every thought, every idea, every new beginning starts in the void. On September 16th, the energy of the void is strong. You may feel like things are slowing down, or like you are in between stages of life. This is not failure. This is the power of the void preparing you for what is next. The invisible ones trust this space because they know it is fertile ground. Science also shows that the brain enters a state of renewal and emptiness. Creativity sparks when the mind is free from distraction. Healing accelerates when the body is given rest. The void is not absence. It is potential waiting to take shape. Do not fear the void today. Step into it. Trust it. The invisible ones already know that the greatest transformations happen when nothing seems to be happening. That is the paradox of the unseen. September 16th acts like a hidden upgrade. The invisible ones may feel sudden insights, emotional releases, or a surge of clarity. It may feel like an invisible reset button being pressed. This is not coincidence. It is a shift in energy and consciousness. Think of it like a software update for the soul. Old patterns are being cleared. New awareness is being installed. The invisible ones notice it more because they are sensitive to inner change. They may feel lighter, more focused, or more aligned without knowing why. This upgrade is not about doing more. It is about allowing. It is about being open to receiving. The invisible ones already live in this state of openness, which is why the upgrade works so smoothly for them. If you feel unusual today, restless, tired, or even deeply inspired, know that it is part of the process. The invisible ones are receiving an energy upgrade, and if you are listening, you are likely one of them. How do you know if you are one of the invisible ones? Look at your daily life. Do you notice small changes others ignore? Do you feel when something is off even without proof? These are signs of invisible shifts guiding you. On September 16th, you may see these shifts more clearly. A plan may suddenly change. A delay may happen for no reason. A small coincidence may carry a big message. These daily shifts are how the unseen world guides you. The invisible ones do not fight these changes. They adapt. They trust that the unseen knows better than the seen. This is why their path often looks strange to others but makes sense in the long run. Pay attention to your daily life today. The invisible shifts may be small, but they are powerful. The invisible ones know that the unseen world often speaks through the ordinary. This message is not for everyone. Some will hear it and feel nothing. Others will dismiss it as nonsense. That is normal. The invisible ones understand that awakening is selective. Not everyone is ready to see the unseen. September 16th is a dividing line. Those who are tuned in will feel it strongly. Those who are not will move through the day as if nothing happened. That is why the message says only the invisible ones will find it. It is not about exclusion. It is about resonance. The invisible ones do not need everyone to understand them. They know their path is unique. They know that truth does not require approval. This is their quiet strength. If you feel this message, it is because you are meant to. You are part of the few who see what others miss. That is not arrogance. It is awareness. The journey does not end on September 16th. For the invisible ones, this is just another step on a lifelong path. The path forward is not about being louder or more visible. It is about going deeper, becoming more aligned with the unseen. The invisible path is one of trust. Trusting silence, trusting signs, trusting the void, trusting the hidden forces that guide you. It may not always make sense, but it will always lead you where you need to be. The invisible ones know that the future is not built by the seen world alone. It is shaped first in the unseen. That is where new realities are born. That is why they walk this path, even when others do not understand. If you are listening, then you are walking this path too. September 16th is a reminder to keep going, to stay invisible yet powerful, unseen yet deeply connected. The path forward is not crowded, but it is full of light. Today we explored the mystery of the invisible ones and the hidden meaning of September 16th. We saw how silence, detachment, awareness, and trust are not weaknesses but strengths. We discovered how the unseen world guides, upgrades, and transforms those who are ready to listen. Not everyone will feel this. Not everyone will understand it, but the invisible ones will. They are the ones who sense the shifts, notice the signs, and embrace the unseen path. September 16th is their reminder that they are not alone. If this message has reached you, it is because you were meant to hear it. It is not by accident. The invisible ones are called not by noise, but by resonance, and this message found you because you are part of them. So, step forward with trust. Embrace silence, follow the signs, and remember, the invisible ones shape the visible world in ways most will never understand.